Mr. Carter, what's going on, sir?
Happy Carter. Man, I'm feeling
Happy
that
New
intro,
Year
bro.
to you.
That intro gave me life right there, sir. I
It
don't
gave
know,
me
man.
life. I felt like a boss. Hey, we got to start off this year right. We're doing something a little bit different. You got to give the people what they want, as they say. You got to get
That's
them a
right.
bit more professional. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm good, man. It's good to see you, my brother. It's great to be in 2022, and I'm just excited about just this new year, new you, new structure, new process, new goals. I'm just excited, man. I'm excited,
Exactly.
motivated.
Well, and we had a staff meeting on yesterday, right? We were talking to our executive team, and you gave this really motivational speech. I felt like it was like Martin Luther King was all over again. You had a dream, and the
We
dream
shall
was that everyone's
overcome.
going to be positive, and we were all go work on solutions and not focus on problems. And I was like,
Yes.
that's my big brother over there making it happen. So I'm proud of you. I love that. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, sir. Just trying to make you proud, my brother. Trying to make you proud.
Yeah. So maybe you can have a little bit of this gray hair that I have. I don't know how that works.
I try to hide it as much as possible, man. You just embraced it. Maybe I should as well.
Exactly. Well, good deal, good deal. Well, Steve, you want to introduce and all that kind of good stuff, and
Well, just welcome to everyone out there. We have been missing off the scene for quite some time. The last 2 or 3 months, starting from 2021, I think we just had a lot going on, business, professional, family, and sometimes you just got to step back and make sure you have proper balance and work-life balance, and sometimes you got to step away from a few things, but definitely, the one good thing about these podcasts, Earl, is that I think we're able to bless some people. They get a chance to view it, but it's also a blessing for us, right? Because we learn a lot too from these podcasts.
we do, and I think there's just something about mentoring and giving back and pouring it forward that it just makes you feel good inside, right?
That's it.
So
That's
it's
it.
good to be back. It's good to be
It's
back.
good to be back. So we're going to kick it off with the first podcast of 2022. And everyone, of course, is now talking about their resolutions and how they're going to prepare for 2022. How are you going to make it your best year ever? And so we just kind of wanted to lay out some of the strategies that we've used or currently use to plan out our 2022. And yeah, let's just jump right into it, Dr. Carter.
Yeah, so it's the beginning of the year. It's 2022, and as always, we all have our goals, right? We all start setting goals. Everyone wants to lose weight, get back in the gym. They
Mhm.
want to, make more money, all that kind of good stuff. And I think this is always a great time to really kind of reset. And so
Mhm.
that's what we're talking about today is how do we make 2022 our best year ever, right? What do we need to do in order to make sure that 2022 is a rock star year? And as we always talk about and preach about, it's really about having a plan. You got to have a plan, you got to have goals. And if you have those, that's half the battle, right? So we're going to talk about those things. We have three easy steps, three easy kind of areas that you want to address and look at. And then under those three easy steps are some questions that you want to ask yourself. So,
Absolutely.
question number one is our task number one is to document your 2021 accomplishments. So important that we document our accomplishments because we got to really recognize what we did in 2021 so we can make sure that 2022 is even better. So the first thing we're going to do is what we got there, Stephen.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the three wins for 2021, and Sterling is right on point. Sometimes we're so focused, and I know Sterling and I are. We're kind of overachievers, and enough is sometimes I hate to admit enough is never enough, right? You're always wanting more, and they always say you should stop and smell the roses while you can. And we have to appreciate that even though 2021 may have been a difficult year, and maybe we didn't complete all of the things that we set out for to do, but we definitely have completed some things. So we have to celebrate those wins and start our mindset off to say, we did accomplish some things. What are those 3 wins? So, Sterling, what are one of your wins for 2021?
So probably a big win was that we were able to get Gary off to college. So Gary is now at University of Houston, living his best life, studying mechanical engineering. So to see a boy grow from a boy to a man, and to see him just kind of go into his greatness was a really great win for us, and I'm sure everyone that has kids wants the same thing. They want to see their kids make it to college, and next step would be to graduate and all that kind of good stuff. What about for you?
Man, a lot of wins. I think I'll go with the family one as well, and that's my oldest daughter turned 16 during 2021.
Sweet 16.
We 16, and we got her a car. Man, it was tough. As a dad, seeing your little ones driving her own car, and going out and discovering the world and letting loose of the reins is tough. But it was also kind of a place of seeing her grow, and feeling good about saying that you've given her the tools to success, and hopefully she'll follow those leads and be good. So it was good moment.
So that's a great point, Stephen, and such a blessing. I have to stop for a moment and tell a story about that. So when Stephen and I were in high school, and I think we turned 16, our first car was a white Fairmont station wagon, and it was we called it the Love Wagon. Don't ask us why, because we weren't really doing any kind of love making in it, but it was
white with
red interior. So I think
red vinyl interior.
We were already rocking red and white, Kappa red and white colors before we even knew that we were going to be Kappas, I guess. But fast forward, you talk about blessings, and Madison, my wonderful niece and Steven's daughter, she gets a Range Rover for her sweet 16. I was like, you know what? Times have changed. That's truly a blessing. That's truly a blessing.
These kids, that's probably still not enough, man. That's a whole nother story.
But before we move forward,
people, go ahead, sir.
I was just gonna say before we move forward, we want to hear about your guys' wins. If you can, just go in the comment section and tell us give us some wins, some things that happened amazing, that were amazing in your life in 2021. Nothing is too big or too small, but definitely engage and let us know. And it looks like we got Sean Gutierrez in the house. So we want to say hello to Sean, our good friend Sean, and who else, Steve? James Marlin from Chasewood.
Always good to see James and Sean in the building.
Yeah. Latasha Chappelle is here. What's going on, Latasha? How are you? So great to have all these people on. So we want to hear about your wins, but we'll go ahead and move forward. Sean says his daughter got engaged. That's huge. That's really cool.
Love it. And just a couple more people that plugged in on my personal Facebook page. TK Morgan is jumping in, saying great message, and then just love the feedback. Love to see some of the usual suspects back in the building. So that's awesome. All right, Sterling, 3 wins for 2021. We named a couple. You guys make sure you guys name your 3. And listen, one thing that Sterling mentioned earlier is very important. It's vitally important that you not just say these items. You have to write them. You have to write it. You have to speak it. You have to read it. These are things that you're going to have to reference back to throughout the year. So make sure you do this formally. And I think Sterling was going to mention vision boards in a little bit too. This could be a part of that process. But go ahead, Sterling.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you 100%. There's something magical about writing something down. Put it on paper. Put it on your mirror. Create a vision board. Just going through that process of writing it down and making it permanent is a really important thing. So number 2. Lessons learned. So while you're documenting your accomplishments for 2021, you also want to talk about the things that you learned. Okay, so we talked about the 3 wins, and now you're going to talk about the 3 lessons learn in 2021? And I know for me, a lesson learned was resiliency, right? So
Absolutely.
it's been a crazy couple of years with this pandemic and affecting everyone's health and your business, your income, all that kind of good stuff. So we've all had to be resilient. But resiliency has been a big lesson learned in 2021. What about one for you, Steve?
Wow, like you said, a lot of lessons. One of the things that I learned is that, and this is kind of one of the reasons why I want to have such a positive attitude as we go into 2022. There was so much going on in our nation and the world, in the world for everyone. So much depression, so much negativity, and every time you open up, look at the TV, press, the media is always talking about all the things that are not going well. Obviously we had a lot going on, even in the African American community. Just racial injustice, all these things going on, and you get caught up in the negativity, and it brings you down, and then you can dwell in all that negativity, and it you have to pull yourself apart from the noise, and find your own space, your own place of peace, and be at one with the things that you can't change, and only focus on the things that you can change. So that was a big lesson for me, still.
Great stuff. I love it, love it, love it. Latasha says that her daughter became a baby lion. So she's at Langston University. So that's a great win as well. Love that. Love that.
Absolutely. TK Morgan says she received a full contract under her LLC. She maintained great health despite COVID, and she made some great headwinds in her corporate career. So good stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. I remember when TK was telling us about that. That was a great win. So congrats to TK for that one. Very good. And then the last thing you want to look at when you're looking at 2021 is thinking about what do you know, or what do you understand now that you didn't know before. So kind of more into those lessons from 2021, but then just really kind of speaking into or writing it out. Like, what did you really learn? What was the one, I guess, just message that kept coming up over and over again? For me, maybe it was resiliency, but whatever that is for you, you want to just write that down. So all this is just preparing you for actually getting ready to write your goals for 2022.
That's it.
Which is the next step. So next step is, how do you set your intentions for 2022? And so with Stephen, the first one is
three important things that you left unfinished and incomplete from 2021. So listen, yes, I mean, we set this 1 year boundary. It's this arbitrary boundary that we say, hey, 2021, I'm going to get this done. But the reality is that some of our goals are bigger than a 12-month plan. Some of our goals, and because of life happens, some things happen, we have to reset, as Sterling mentioned earlier. And so resetting doesn't mean that we say we failed, or that we quit, or that it's not attainable. It just means that hey, we've got a different plan. Maybe it's a different route. A lot of times we talk about in business planning, when we're planning for our company, that a business plan is ever evolving. It's always evolving and changing, and so you don't just stop just because you didn't get to the numbers that you wanted to get to. So there are some things that may be unfinished and incomplete from 2021. Let's take those three things and figure out how to get them done in 2022.
That's right. I mean, there's a lot of things that we have so many goals every single year. It's just insane, right? And so I think that there's probably a lot of goals that we probably only got to 50% or only 25%. So what you have to do is just pick the top three that you really want to just move over to 2022. So
right.
Good stuff. And then write down your top three goals. So you have kind of the goals that you had from 2021 that you didn't finish or didn't even start, that you want to move into 2022. But along with that, you want to establish the three goals for 2022. And really the rule of thumb is that you don't want to have any more than 3 to 5 goals.
Mm-hmm.
Anything more than that, it becomes overwhelming, and you're not going to accomplish them. And then you feel like you haven't accomplished anything. So try to keep it simple. 3 to 5 goals is really what you want as you're going through this exercise. And then the next one, Steve.
Yeah, so write those three. So what are the three new skills that you like to attain this year that would make a huge difference in your life? Like, yeah, and this really takes a little bit of thought, right? Because when you think about new skills that you want to learn, I mean, that's major, right? And so maybe it is, within your business or within your company, maybe learning how to do Google ads for your company is a big thing that you'd like to learn how to do, or maybe it's to speak a new language, or maybe it's something as simple as learning how to swim. A lot of people don't know how to. Who knows? Maybe it's something that you've always wanted to do, and you just feel like if you're able to accomplish it, it would mean something major for you. But what are three new skills that would make a difference in your life? And hopefully those skills they line up with the goals that you're trying to accomplish. So as you build a new skill, it helps you achieve one of those goals.
Excellent. Excellent. That's spot on. Spot on. And the last step is to actually plan your 2022 breakthrough. So actually, and now that we've gone through the whole process, now it's time to really just plan out those. So Steve and I were just talking about this yesterday, guys, in regards to goals. It's great to have goals, but you have to have a plan. You have to have processes in place that will allow you to accomplish those goals. Because just saying I want to lose 35 pounds is a great goal, but if you don't have the steps in order to achieve that goal, then it's just the goal that's just sitting out there. What are you going to do each and every day to make sure that you lost or that you lose the 35 pounds? What are your steps every single day, every single week, every single month? So here we go. Who are three people that are or could be the most important in your life in the year ahead? And I love this because you hear about it all the time, that our success is really based on who we associate with, right?
Exactly.
And it's not necessarily that you want to not hang out with people that you've known for your entire life or anything like that. But if they're not moving in the directions that you need to be moving in, then maybe you need to find some other people, at least to associate with, that are. So who are those three people that will help to really just change the trajectory of your life in this year? And if you know those three people, try to get to know them better. Try to establish a better relationship there. If you don't know three people that you want to associate with that are important, then figure out what type of people those are, and go out there and try to develop those relationships. Right, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely, Sterling. Well said. And I just wanted to say about those relationships, this could be very transformational for you. Maybe you never developed a relationship with your father. He was never there. He was never in the home. Maybe your mother, wasn't there. Maybe you were raised by your grandparents and you've not had a good relationship with your releasing that baggage and being able to develop a relationship and move forward could be the breakthrough. When we're talking about, I just want to define breakthrough really quick. Breakthrough, and that's why we're saying that 2022 is going to be your best year ever, because it's a breakthrough year. It's one thing to accomplish three goals that you want to set, but a breakthrough means that something transformational happened, where you realize something, you grew, something happened that took you to another level that you didn't think was possible. And so that's why deep dive into these relationships. Maybe you want to have a relationship with your pastor more intimately, your spouse more intimately. This is huge, Daryl. This is huge.
That is really, really huge, Steve. You just gave me chill bumps, and then you talk about this breakthrough year, and it just made me think about when you look through history, and you look at every single significant, like the Great Depression, the Spanish flu, after different wars and economic turmoil. There's always this huge breakthrough, and you see it if you just look through research it. You'll see this huge, horrible time, and then there's this huge explosion of growth and expansions and that kind of thing. 2022 is going to be that year for us. Let's make it explosive. Let's really break through this year. So before we move on, though, we got a lot of great comments.
Absolutely.
Want to hit Misha Lightfoot, a good friend of ours who So amazing. Thank you for being here. We go back like, Cadillacs or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Great
we're ready.
comments. I'm totally ecstatic. Listically, she made up a word. Proud of you. You're a powerful, uplifting black male and positive. Sterling rocking the white coat. Yes, I feel official today. I got my white coat on.
I should be referring to you as Dr. Carter. My bad. I keep on calling you
Oh, no,
Sterling.
no, 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 no. I love it. Look, this is a casual thing here. And Stephen, the CEO, the man, is here. And then Sean says that's why you take small bites so you can note accomplishments on the big goals. Absolutely, you're right, Sean. It's about you got to set the goals, but then you have to have those steps in place in order to get to that big goal because it just doesn't
Right.
happen. And G Nice, Mr. Greg Arnold, Mr. Alpha Pi, Four Knights, Langston
Shout out to
University,
Luke,
brother
who's
from
at the last
from another
year.
mother. He says, make sure you move to impress yourself and forget about impressing others. That's true.
That's so
And
true.
unless you have a suit for every day of the week, and then like Greg Arnold, and then you impress everyone just without even trying. So we can go on and on and on about that. But Fifi is in the house. Hey, Fifi.
Hey, hey.
And, Drew Ragland, my good friend, and the president, CEO, and owner of Five Strong Foundation, doing some amazing things for the kids, providing free scholarships, free Fulbright scholarships to kids all over the country. So, Drew, keep doing what you're doing. And did I miss anyone? Sean said a few things. I don't want to belabor this. And then Tonette, hey Tonette. Tonette says transformations on deck for sure. Love it. You already know Miss Tonette is always doing her thing. I think last year, 2021, was big for Tonette because I think what did she get, a Bentley or something? I can't remember what it was, but she's
Ballin'.
just
So this is
out of
BM
control.
Doesn't make any sense, man. When I grow up, Tony was.
Okay, so we're having too much fun here. Okay, so what's one thing on your bucket list that you want to accomplish in 2022? So, you guys, I know you've probably heard this whole term bucket list over and over and over again. It's basically, we even had a podcast about it. Your bucket list is basically those things that you want to do before you leave this earth. Right. So, what are those things that you've always wanted to do, you wish you could do? And so why not make 2022 a year when you accomplish one of those bucket list items? Why wait? Life is not guaranteed. We know that because of this whole crazy pandemic. So let's decide, okay, one thing on your bucket list and make it happen. What do you think, Steven? What's your bucket list item?
You know what? So Sterling and I, I'm gonna share this real quick because this really is a bucket list item for us. So we're planning a big vacation in July. We're going to the French Riviera, hanging out in Cannes and Nice, Monaco, Saint-Tropez, and that's Carter. That's kind of on a bucket. That's a bucket list item. I'm not gonna lie.
We may bump into Jay-Z or Beyonce or something out there. Who knows?
And so I'm really excited about that trip. It's definitely we Sterling and I travel a lot, but definitely the whole French Riviera is a bucket list trip for me. So I'm excited about that. What about you? Bucket list item for you?
So there's it's amazing. I think probably a bucket list item for me that I have not done before. I really love hiking, and I haven't really gotten a chance to get into it a lot as of recently. But I would love to be able to hike up a pretty major mountain. I don't know which one right now, but you really do a true hiking experience. So that would be great. That would be.
You know what I'm gonna do, Sterling? I'll be at the bottom of the mountain.
Right.
Sign up. So when you
sign up,
or else I'll fly to the top. It's land and hold the sign up to be Go Sterl. I'm not going with you, but I'll be the cheerleading squad there to support you.
I will need the motivation. That would be an amazing thing. Okay, and last but not least, Stephen, you want to take us home on this one?
Yeah. So the last but not least is and we Sterling and I talk about this all the time. Let me read through. So what are the 3 nagging issues, problems that you are ready to resolve this year? So it is human nature for us to always try to avoid the tough stuff, right? Even if you have a things to do list that you make up for the day or for the week or for the year, what have you. A lot of times when we're trying to go through our things to do, we knock out the things that are easiest first, We always try to avoid the ones that are going to take the most time, they're the most difficult, they're the most time consuming, whatever. But let's focus on those 3 nagging issues that we know we need to get done. Now, let's just say we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done no matter what. But also, there may be one of those 3 nagging issues, maybe something that you just need to release and just say, you know what? It's not for me to get it accomplished. It's just not for me. And that's okay too. But look, let's address those 3 issues and figure out how to resolve them, whether or not you're solving the problem or just letting it go. What do you think about that, Dr. Carter?
I love it. I love it. I mean, I agree 100%. And we all have those issues or problems. It's really like the question you want to ask is, what are those things that I am doing that's prohibiting me from succeeding in life,
Right.
from being able to attain all of my goals? We all have them. Maybe you're on Facebook too long. You spend 4 hours a day on Facebook, and it's a fun, but it's not really the most positive thing. What could you do with those extra 3 or 4 hours a day if you weren't spending it on social media?
Right.
Maybe it's eating habits. Maybe you like to get pizza every a couple of days a week. Whatever those are, you got to make sure you're changing those things so that you can accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish. So excellent, man. It's great to be back, Steve. I'm glad we got a chance to do this. I'm excited. I had a little surgery on my face. So I was really a little apprehensive about jumping on, but I'm excited that Greg Arnold left us with that message that don't worry about impressing others. You just got to give back and give of yourself. So I'm excited about it. So any last words, Steve, before we go out with our outro video?
Yeah, no. Just excited to be back. You guys, of course, the podcast is only as strong as the interaction we get from everybody. Please like and share. And we're going to come back. We're going to get back to doing this every week on Thursdays around the 12 to 12:30 time frame. So kind of put that in your calendar as a little pop up to look for us around that time, and just kind of follow what we're doing. But we love you guys. Appreciate it.
And disregard the motivational Mondays at the top. Stephen hit it on the nose. We are switching to Thursdays. Thursdays work better, I think, for everyone, right?
So, that's right. Mondays
okay, we're going out with this cool little video that Stephen had created for us. Here we go.
Right.